Hey, what's going on, guys? Yeah, this time I actually need the intro. So I'm going. I mean, not really. Yeah, okay, a bit. So I'm actually going to go over a few new cards that I think are pretty nice. So the first one is a card that technically should see a bit of play in Eldlich, I think, but it's supposed to be a free agent. A free agent. A free agent means a card that is good enough to the point where any deck can kind of play it. Uh, a trap monster. When's the last time you saw a trap monster being splashed in every single deck in existence? I mean, Dino-Miscus isn't a trap monster, and that card was pretty techy. It wasn't stapley, but yeah. Anyways, trap free agent doesn't mean stapley, okay? It means like cool techy. That could actually boost some already existing strategies and not really like an archetype related card. Anyways, special summon this card as an effect monster, no shit. Fairy, light level 4. By the way, this is the statue on, was it a Doctor Who? Doctor something, not Doctor Phil, but it had to be like Doctor something. You know, if you blink, you die. I don't know, if you know, you know, just comment. Uh, a level 4, 1800 attack and defense, so pretty solid stacks, solid stats, especially since it's a statue. Shit. Usually pretty solid. This card's also treated as a trap. Once again, no shit. Once per turn, when your opponent would special summon a monster while this card is in your monster zone, you can send to the graveyard one continuous trap in your monster zone that was special summoned from a spell or trap zone. Negate that special summon, and if you do, destroy that monsters. That's cool. You can actually negate pendulum summons. That's pretty insane. It's really good against pendulums now. Another thing, Denko, and what's his face look? Oh, jeez, not just Denko. Anyways, the ways that Pendulum had to kind of play through Eldlich going second, no longer a thing, because you can just flip this on standby, and then, you know, if they Denko you, it doesn't matter, because this has 18, Denko has 17, if I recall correctly, 17, so they can't jump over anything. Even Hakuero and Conquistador have enough attack slash defense to not care about Denko, and then if they try to Pendulum Summon, they can't play the game at all, so pretty nice. Another effect, when this card in a monster zone is destroyed by battle, you can destroy the monster that destroyed this card. Okay, I don't know how relevant that is, but it's still pretty cool because in simplified game state, this is actually scary. So there are two things that I want to mention about this card, you know, before moving forward. First of all, it's a level 4, and yes, trap monsters can be used for XC summons. It is actually a myth that people think that you cannot, but you can, actually. Trap monsters. It's not just, you know, fake trap monsters like the Paleozoics. No, it's actually even the trap monsters that used to that technically are still kind of linked to your spell and trap zone, but not really. Not anymore, actually. They don't occupy the zone. But yeah, they can be used as Xyz materials for Xyz summons. And also, this card actually has to send one continuous trap monster in your monster zone. It never actually says that you have to send yourself, like this own card, which is cool. So it's a shit. So it's so it's a better it's a better Thunder King Ryo, because Thunder King Ryo actually had to send himself, but Thunder King Ryo is also a mistake. I don't know if it was a mistake to print Thunder King Ryo, but it is literally a mistake. Anyways, the next card is White Baking. Baking? What is he baking? Oh, apples. Nice. Is this apple? Okay, yeah, anyways. Level 1 Dark Zombie. This card becomes Skull Servant while in the graveyard. I think this is already like a cool cool effect already. For level 3, a lower zombie monster you control will be destroyed by battle or by card effect. You can destroy this card instead, so it actually includes itself. If you draw like 2 copies of this, not bad. If this card is sent to... Never mind. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add 2 of these monsters with different names from your deck to your hand and discard 1 card. So, you know, Skull Servant, and monster that specifically lists Skull Servant in, you know, in the card text except itself. That's really scary. You can search the prince or something. I don't know what's the name, and then you have to discard a card, which is great actually. You want it in the graveyard so you can banish and summon like a king of the Skull Servants from your deck. That's that sets you up a lot, and it's a level 1. It gets its effect if it is sent to the graveyard, so it doesn't miss timing when it's used for a link material. I also like this. You can use it for anima, steal a monster, play through a few. Yeah, that's actually pretty fantastic. I don't know, Skull Servants, maybe you can play Spellbook of Knowledge in them, since, you know, every monster can be turned into, you know, either Klarenwushka or Anima, and then it's a spellcaster, so yeah, you trade it for 2 cards, and I don't know what else you can do, but I'm not really good with Skull Servants. I've played against them like once in my life by a boy from, not Montreal, but close, when lawn mowing was still a card, so back in 2017. Anyways, another cool card. I actually know Constellars quite enough, but I don't know their spells and trap that much, and this card actually searches a spell or trap. But this card actually has so many good effects that in theory, maybe you could actually see more Constellar support in the future, and if we do get like more good Constellar support, maybe it's going to be a deck again, because this actually used to be a strategy, by the way, just letting you know. Constellar Pleiades is still very popular to this day. Constellar Ptolemy M7, the rank 6 that recycles back a monster from the field or graveyard to the hand, is still also very popular, and it's basically always involved in FTKs. Anyways, if you control a Constellar monster other than itself, you can special summon this card from your hand. That's already great. It's a level 4, 1600 attack, whatever. By the way, this, if I recall correctly, is the exact same character as Kirkion, I think. I'm not sure, but they look very similar. I know there is lore between Evil Swarm and Constellar, so that's actually kind of sick. Even between Evil Swarm and Steel Swarm. No shit. Anyways, during your main phase, you can add one Constellar spell and trap from your deck to your hand. I really like cards like that. During your main phase, you can add blah blah blah. It's not like when this card is summoned or if this card is summoned, blah blah blah. It's just really cool to see that if this card actually like sticks around on the field, you get like residual card advantage. So if you can't really get to like a rank 4 necessarily, at least like every turn you apply pressure on your opponent by searching spells and traps. So once again, if you can actually, Konami, if you guys actually create a good Constellar support in the future, which is always a possibility, you know, maybe link one monsters that special summon a Constellar monster from your deck at any point by discarding a Constellar card, maybe. And if the Constellar spell or traps are actually good, like a counter trap that negates a spell, trap, or monster effect, now, at this point, it might actually start to look a bit too much like Satellar Knights, but still. Constellar Xyz monster that has this card as Xyz material gains this effect. This card battles a light or dark monster before damage calculation. You can banish that monster. Once again, I like this. So, this, I think, is a step into the right direction. I like this a lot. You know, once again, it's Constellar. I don't think it's the most serious deck out there, necessarily, but once again, any deck can become serious out of nowhere. Just look at Spirals, for example. Nobody gave two shits about them, and out of nowhere, just with Double Helix, people realized the potential that Master Plan had, and the deck actually became a threat, so yeah. Anyways, the next card, if I recall correctly, should be Digital Bug Resistrider. Okay, cannot be used in Xyz material for Xyz summon except for an insect monster. Once again, I don't know the rank 3 Xyz, except maybe one. And I know Digital Bug Courbage, and also the big one that actually, like, detaches a material to destroy every defense position. Or, like, it's the Rhino Bug or something, because that card was actually used during Zodiac format. And the other card, Courbage, was actually played in Burning Abyss, because you can overlay it on top of, I think it was a rank 3 monster as well, by detaching 2 materials, something like that. Anyways, you can special summon this card from your hand, and you can make the levels of this card and that monster become 5 or 7. Okay, so this plus basically any level 3 insect is just an instant Rhino Bug. Not bad. This card is special summoned from your hand. Okay, so by its own effect, you can change the battle position of one insect monster you control. I mean, what does that even do? It's not really like this deck was actually like wind-ups, where the battle position on your own turn even matters, so I don't like this. Maybe the effect should have been like destroy one card your opponent controls. Would have been nice, because, you know, who the frick plays insects in 2020? And an Xyz monster that was summoned using this card on the field as a material gains this effect. Gain 1000 attack and defense. Decent, but once again, it just doesn't really get you card advantage. It's just a nice card that special summons itself from the hand, but that's obviously not enough. Do I have another card? Oh, yes, of course. I am going to talk about the Sprig Guns, or the Sprig Guns cards archetype right now, but very fast, and like not too much in detail, because I have just no idea how they work. So, first of all, they're all fire machine monsters. Interesting. I hate this typing, it just looks weird. So the first one is Rocky. 1800 attack, level 4. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can target one Sprig Guns monster or Vast Desert Gunda in your graveyard, add it to your hand. That's just not too great. If this card is in your hand, field, or graveyard, you can target one Sprig Guns Xyz monster you control, attach this card as a material. This looks a lot like Infinite Track, how all the cards are just like mediocre, I think, but I only read one. Maybe the other cards are kind of like better. You contribute this card, then target one Sprig Gun monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Okay, very similar. Oh my god. And also, attaching it yourself to an Xyz monster and tributing yourself in order to do like something not super broken, really similar to Infinite Tracks. This one is a level 8, okay. Sprig Guns Banger, so he must probably like, what's the name of the group again? Shit, I forgot. Anyways, if this card is in your hand, field, or graveyard, you can target one Sprig Guns Xyz monster you control, attach this card to it as a material. They all have that effect. You can banish both this card and one Sprig Guns monster from your graveyard, add one Sprig Guns card from your deck to your hand. Okay, but this is just not a good card single-handedly, so... yeah. I don't know. Yeah, Foolish Burial doesn't have enough value. You need to send like 2 cards in order to do something, and it's a brick in your hand, so level 8. So far, so garbage. Level 8, another level 8. Jeez, how can you even play this deck? If this card is in your hand, field, or graveyard, you can target one Sprig Guns Xyz monster you control, attach this card to it as a material. Yes. That's gonna... yeah, okay, during your opponent's turn, you can detach one Xyz... This is getting really repetitive and boring. You can detach one Xyz material from a monster, then target one face-up card on the field, destroyed garbage. What the heck? Sprig Guns Ship X Blower, rank 8, 2+ level 8. This is so hilarious, LMAO. Like, who the hell would use 3 or 4 level 8s to make this? You might as well just make another rank 8. It's like kind of VFD. Did you ever see someone make VFD by using 3 level 9s? Of course not. You might as well make Enter Blathneer and VFD, or even like 2 VFDs at this point. Choose one monster zone or spell and trap zone on your opponent's field. Detach any number of materials from this. My mouse is actually going to get me killed. From that card, and if you do, destroy cards your opponent control. Up to the number of materials you detached in that chosen zone or monsters and or spell and trap zones to the top, bottom, or adjacent zone, or adjacent to that zone. It's cool. It's like the way you pop a card, it's kind of like a video game, how you aim with like a rocket or like a bazooka, and it doesn't actually just shoot into one direction. It's kind of like a cross or like a grid. It's like the same principle. It's just a really nice and fun way of destroying stuff, but it doesn't change the fact that it sucks. And during your opponent's main phase or battle phase, you can banish this card until the end phase. Oh my gosh, so terrifying. I'm actually so scared. No way, he's banishing himself. Yes, Sprig Guns Watch, normal spell card. Add one Vast Desert Gold Gun, yes, from your deck to your hand if you control blah blah blah. You can apply this effect instead, not like as an added bonus. What the frick? Add one Sprig Guns monster from your deck to your hand, okay, and then send one Sprig Guns monster from your deck to your grave. Okay, it gets you this level 8 in the graveyard, which is just too much effort. So, okay, not too great. The field spell, it better search something on activation. Sprig Guns Xyz monster gain 1000 attack, who cares? If you do not control a Sprig Guns Xyz monster, you can detach one Sprig Guns card, special summon one Sprig Guns Xyz monster from your extra deck. Alright, okay, good. That's actually one good card. That's a really good effect, especially on a field spell, because the field spells, you play 4 of them, and you can recycle them back from your graveyard every turn with Barricade Board Blocker, so it's really cool to see that a field spell actually has the best effect up until now. If a face-up Xyz monster you control leaves the field by a card effect. Okay, so this is where we kind of get the synergy of the rank 8 being able to tag himself, banish himself until the end phase. So it actually triggers this effect. You can target one monster your opponent controls. It cannot attack for the rest of the go. Come on, what the frick? It should have said destroy that monster. This is like so weak. Your monster cannot attack. Oh no, what will I do? Oh man, Sprig Guns Call. That's a trap card. Okay, we're entering the dangerous zone now. Target one Sprig Guns monster or Fallen Up Baz in your graveyard. Special summon. Jesus, man, yo, this boy is actually going to be the new. Is it Ib or Lib? Like, she's in every deck in the entire world. Like World Chalice, freaking Orchest. Yeah, that's it, but still, come on. Special summon it during either player's turn except during the turn this card was sent to the grave. You can banish this card and one fusion monster from your graveyard. Jesus, okay, a lot of work. Then target one Sprig Guns Xyz monster. What the frick? Attach one fusion monster that live. No! So there's literally just like Titanic Lad to like attach, which is garbage, and it's just pretty bad for. Yeah, I mean, if it was just like attach any fusion monster, then you attach like Elder Entity Entis, and then when you tag out with your big rank 8, you actually pop a card too. But the best you can do is just search during the end phase, which is cheeks. Sprig Guns Blast, yo, If you control a Sprig Guns monster, choose one monster zone on your opponent's field. If there is a face-up monster in that zone, it cannot attack directly. Its effects are negated until the end of this turn. So up until now, it's just a worse infinite. If there is no monster in that zone, it becomes like a no-jama, like block. If you control a fusion monster which lets... Don't kill me, LMAO. Okay, yeah, sure. Don't kill me. Tri-Brigade Rendezvous. Quick play, target any number of linked Beast Warrior or Winged Beast monster you control. They gain 700, that's it? Bro, if a linked Beast Warrior when you control... Okay, garbage, unplayable. Yeah, quick play spell, horrible. I mean, Tri-Brigade already isn't a deck. It's just like a splashable engine kind of way. But yeah, a Tri-Brigade kit, this is actually an interesting one. You can banish any number of... Freaking mouse. Of Beast Warrior, blah blah blah, from your grave, special 7-1, blah blah blah, with the same... Okay, I'm saying blah 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 because it's the exact same effect as every other Tri-Brigade. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can send one Tri-Brigade card from your deck to the grave, except Tri-Brigade kit. Congratulations, Konami, this is insanely original card design. This has the exact same freaking effect as Froctor. Actually, no, as, actually, yes. Actually, wait, hold on. Not really. Wait, maybe. Actually, I forgot. Maybe, probably. I don't know. Yeah, well, probably, okay? Not really. Okay, sure, it doesn't, but like, it's basically almost the same thing. This card is sent to the graveyard. If anything, maybe it's a bit worse, but it does make Froctor better.